Ooh, let's see who's going to pop in here with us tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. In the Commonwealth of Virginia right now, it's about 13 degrees outside. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm dreaming of a wine. There's Easy Lanes. How are you? I hope you're well. It's a cold one. There's Julia. How are you? I hope you guys are somewhere nice and warm. I know Julia, you're somewhere nice and warm, I'm sure. It is 13 degrees in the Commonwealth of Virginia right now. It is a cold one. We're going through a little ice battle right now. Don't forget when you come into the chat, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Just double tap the screen. What's up, what's up, what's up, Wyatt? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, we're getting those pockets of ice right now that's hitting us. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Gaither, how are you? William, how are you? Whoop, who did I just miss there? Hang on, let me go back. There's Rusty. Newbie guy, how are you? There's Jack, how are you? Elmwood, how are you? Anita, how are you, Anita? Sherry, how are you? There's Ms. Mary, 28 in Northern Virginia. Betty, how are you? Dalton, Ladybug, how are you guys? Hey, guys, here's the thing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Miss Anita, what are you getting right now? Because Miss Anita just lives down the road from me. And I'm talking, we dodged this one a big time. Now, granted, we've got about maybe 3.5 inches of snow on the ground, but we've got a layer of sleet on top of it. And now we're getting some freezing rain. Trying to stay away from the freezing rain for the simple fact that's what sticks to the power lines. Rusty said 16. Wow. Jacks. Okay. I got you. Jaks. Jacks. Sarah, how are you? NFL Madness, thank you. I'll try my best to sub back to you. We got 7 inches. Betty, they said with us here in Virginia that the temperatures in the air, about 10,000 feet up in the air, are warmer than they had anticipated. So we're getting more of the sleet side of it than the snow side of it. Mikey, how are you? So that's what's snow and ice, about 3 year. Oh, I'm sure. Praying for you tonight, Miss Anita. Absolutely. Love from Kansas. Thank you, Jax. I appreciate that. James said about the same as Roanoke. Yeah. Uh, guys, we were expecting at one time. I had looked on the Weather Channel, and a couple of days ago they said we were getting up to what 2 feet of snow, and it started, and then they started pushing it back, and it started really late yesterday evening, and that kind of pushed everything, away. Yes, I did see, Jax. I did see something for the first time in a while. All 55 counties in West Virginia are canceled tomorrow, and that's the first time in a while. And I'm not sure about Virginia if every county in Virginia has been canceled, but I know a good number of them. 13 inches. Yeah, tell us what you got there, guys. Let us know how much snow you got. Hello, Rosie. How are you? There's Debbie. How are you? Thank you, Miss Violet. I appreciate that. But no, Lucian got out, played a little bit this morning. There's Kelly. I can see you. Um, Somebody asked me, and I'm going to do this because it's cold and the snow is falling. Somebody sent me a message. There's Miss Jean and said, "Can you do us a favor?" And I said, "What's that?" And they said, "Can you put the hat on?" And I said, "Well, of course I can put the hat on. That is no big deal." I said, "I can do that. Let me get my other one situated." I said, "I can do that." Aaron Richardson, how are you? Miss Anita, thank you. Um, no Sunday school, nothing. That was the thing. I know with us, James, around here, we really didn't get hit until later in the evening last night. So um, a lot of the storm and a lot of the effects from the storm, we just didn't get hit with. We went through a big pocket today, a couple hours where it didn't do anything. And so that kind of slowed the totals down on us some. So we were anticipating getting, more, but it just didn't happen. Wyatt said zero snow. Look at that. Yes, churches were closed all over the place today. Church got canceled all over the place today. Our biggest thing is Boomer Talk. I did see where I believe it's tomorrow. Patrick is supposed to go back to court. Now, that date may change for the simple fact of the weather. Um, so don't be surprised if his court date doesn't get moved maybe a day or so. But now they may open court tomorrow. You just don't know. But like I said, I did see where all 55 counties of the of West Virginia school system, everything's completely closed. So he was scheduled to go back to court tomorrow on these charges and see what they want to do moving forward. This will not be a penalty phase. I don't believe. I believe this will be um, more dealing maybe with the probation side. Evidently, he was on probation, and they're having to deal with some things like that. So he did bond out. He put a post up probably about an hour ago of his dog laying on the couch, and so evidently he has bailed out. I do know that while he was in jail, evidently somebody broke into his house and busted one of his windows out, and whoever came in said that half the window was there, half the window was gone. So, yep, Moose laying on the couch, Miss Anita. Yep, I saw that. Spider Pandas is here. Uh, Rozzy said we didn't get snow, but it's like 20 degrees. I run the road as usual. There you go. My dad just got packed with a whole lot of snow. He was in the path of the snowstorm. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, I hope so. And that's the thing is that you're hoping. Yes, James. If she, well, you should. If she, if she can get out and play in that snow, let her play in that snow. But if not, I understand. Sandra says I haven't been on for a while. Uh, won't go in the snow. She's been to potty on the steps 3 times. Yes. David and Tammy, how are you? I am seeing this weird Sir Jiggy with it. How are you? Kelly, I got in I started watching Stranger Things. My niece watches it. And so I watched a couple episodes with her. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't tell you too much about it except for the simple fact that I have watched it with her, and that's about all that I've gotten out of it. Wyatt, that's it. Don't eat the yellow snow. Aaron Richardson said Titanic. Aaron, did you know when they found the Titanic in the ocean that the swimming pool was still full? Did you know that? I just want to make sure you know that. Marino, I do. I do. Lisa Reno's here. Let's see. Season 2 episode. Yeah, there's a lot of episodes out there. There are a lot of episodes. Prayers for Chris Palmer's family. So sad. Yes, absolutely. It's a 3-engine plane. Okay. Patel, how are you? Deb said, that's what I hear. LOL. Yes. That pool is still full of water. Well, did everybody just kind of have a normal day today? Did everybody just kind of stay in and relax? I know Rozzy runs the roads and just going all over the place. Um, but did everybody just kind of have a normal day today and just relax? And um, thank you. We got a team going into the Super Bowl. We've got the New England Patriots. I know a lot of people don't like the Patriots because of their dominance over the years. But let me tell you, the young man, Drake May, uh, you want to say that kind of things are falling his way right now. And he got a Denver team with basically a backup quarterback today. Denver played extremely well. They missed field goals on both sides. Uh, but Drake May, the kid out of North Carolina, he's getting ready to play for a Super Bowl. So look at that. We're waiting to see who they get next. It could be the Rams. It could be the Seahawks. We just don't know yet. Mary said, and Chad said, the Rams. Julia, that little flu bug is going around last night. Sarah said she wants Seattle. Very busy week. Our dog passed on Monday. Minister's funeral today. We just rested. I completely understand. Praying for you. I'm praying for you. Yeah, we were all sitting around last night talking and everything. And then we got between 10 and 15 inches. Good day. We were all sitting around last night, and a neighbor called and said that their fur baby had passed away. And one of my nephew went over and helped them take care of the pet and make arrangements to where they could do something with the dog here shortly. You hate to say it, the way everything is right now, cannot bury it just yet. So, oh, you hear him upstairs. He's yelling and screaming. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, prayers for the fur babies. Make sure that, all fur babies go to heaven. You got it. Hello, Stacy. How are you? WMCC, how are you? Good to see you tonight. We're just sharing stories of how much snow we got. NFL Madness, have a great night. Steven said Christmas was last month. I understand that, but because it's cold and we got so much snow on the ground and everything, thank you, Anita. I had a viewer send me a message and said, hey, can you put the hat on for us? And I said, absolutely. I have no issue with that. Oh, it's all good. We know. Said I thought this was an old video when I saw the hat. Nope. Somebody reached out to me the other day. It was on one of the shorts and said, hey, do you mind? I'd love to see the hat again. It's cold. And I said, hey, we'll do it. Yes, the house doesn't seem the same. Chris, Tennessee lost power due to the ice storm we got here. Chris, let me tell you, I saw the trucks down in South Carolina. They were showing a video, and they were all in South Carolina getting ready to come up into the region because they knew that these trees and everything would start snapping and we'd start losing power in certain areas. And guys, like I said, and Rusty and all the guys here, um, I've got a buddy of mine that lives in Cincinnati, and the snow totals that are coming out of Cincinnati are pretty good snow numbers. And I kind of thought that we would stay step for step in that area with them. We didn't get hardly anything like they were anticipating. Right now, we're dealing with the sleet and the freezing rain. But like I said, we were in the state of Virginia, we were supposed to get like 2 feet of snow in some places. And right now, in the western part down here in, Roanoke, Salem, Benton, in these areas, we've got about 3 inches, 4 inches on the ground, but we do have that layer of sleet and ice on top of it, and the plows don't do anything to it. Now, they've been aggressive on the roads today, and some of the main roads are looking a little better, but they're telling you just to stay off the roads. Yeah, they're just telling you to stay off the road. Uh-oh, Betty said YouTube just sent her back to the beginning. Yeah, no, 59 people in the room. Double tap that screen. If you have not double tapped that screen, double tap that screen. Let's give old Santa a thumbs up here for the night. Sarah said, I'm at a friend's house for dinner, lost power. I came home. We had a tornado warning. I had a friend of mine who's got a home. Um, I think it's in Florida, and they were getting, with this storm, they were getting tornado warnings on the home down in Florida. Her phone was going off, and she was showing everybody on Facebook. She's like, "Man, I've got ice and snow here in Virginia, and I'm getting tornado warnings out of Florida." I do exist, yes, Rozzy. It's driving in snow is driving in snow, but when you're driving on top of snow with a sheet of ice on top of it, that's a whole different ball game. I think it was a couple hours ago, the Virginia State Police had come out and said that they had um, responded to over 200 and some wrecks with everything going on. About 45. Yeah, Mary says, where I'm at in Northern Virginia, there's a bit of elevation about 45 minutes from Winchester, higher amounts of snow. Yes. Joan said, used to love to drive in the snow. Miss Joan, let me thank you again. When the elves came in from playing in the snow today, they had a cup of your hot chocolate that you sent them. So thank you. Ooh, 2 cops were hit in Indiana. Shelby said, how many more days until Christmas? You're only looking roughly about 334. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Thank you, Dark. I appreciate that. Tim, I am good. How are you guys? Malaya's mom, one of the biggest things that you run into is that, you hate to say it, people won't get over anymore. But with these weather conditions and things like that, it's just a matter of, people are just sliding. You have no control over your vehicle. So if you're out and about trying to do something and help somebody, a lot of times you just don't have a control over your vehicle. I was chilling, about to eat my phone buzz. It was a tornado warning. Yes. I'm amazed that, you're hearing of tornado warnings, but evidently it is a common occurrence in storms like this. I used to have snow tires and chains. Absolutely. We got a level 3 closure. Nobody needs to be on the road. If they catch you, you're going to jail. Absolutely. And I hate to see anybody go to jail, but I'm okay with that. If you don't have to be out, why would you put your life in danger to be out on these roads? Some of these roads, like I said, the road that runs in front of the house, there is possibly maybe maybe 3 or 4 trucks that have gone down it today that I've seen, and there's no tracks there. It's like they're just driving on top of the ice. There's no tracks there. 17-13 Seattle at halftime. Peter, how are you? Hello to everybody. Guys, I did speak with Shauna. Peter just popped in that brought me to Shauna. I did speak with Shauna the other day. She said she is going through some things. She was going to try to pop into the room tonight if she could. She will be back. Just bear with her. She's just going through a few things, and she will be back. Stacy, yeah, you might want to take a couple days before that happens. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know how many, you know, Kelly said my grandpa looks like you. Yes, evidently there's a lot of grandpas out there that look like me. Let's see. Tim, these are two good teams. I don't have a dog in that fight. My team bowed out early this year, didn't even really get into the playoffs. Uh, so just don't have a dog in this fight. But the thing that gets me is I'm impressed with the Drake May kid. Um, I'm impressed with these guys like Sam Bradford and all these other guys that were with teams for a couple of years and really couldn't do anything, and then they get with the right team, and next thing you know, they're playing for a chance to be in a Super Bowl. I love that story. That is such a good story. Stacy said YouTube started me from the beginning. Oh, Stacy said she had COVID. Ooh, hang in there. Praying for you. Yeah, I haven't seen any bad accidents. Right now, the only thing I've seen is people basically just sliding off the road and waiting for someone. Thank you, Kelly. You be safe. Have a good night. Love you. Uh, Betty, I see you. Here's the thing, too, and you guys know as well as I do, with everything going on in the country, it is, power outages and things like that. I'm sure YouTube is having just as much problems as everybody else is. Sarah said, I got bumped totally out of YouTube. Yes. There is probably a ton of people on tonight just for the simple fact there are kids home from school. They don't have to go tomorrow. Probably a ton of people. Saints fan. I think the Saints, they've got a chance to be good in a couple years. I think they just need a couple key components there. And that's a lot of teams. That is a lot of teams. Northern Grace, how are you? Kentucky got hit hard with ice. Yes. Yeah, no, one thing that you notice in these teams that are still playing, they've got that marquee quarterback. And when Bo Nix went down for Denver, it kind of left Denver at a disadvantage a little bit because they were going to a backup to try to get them. Now, we've seen it work. Remember a couple of years ago with the Eagles and Nick Foles? Nick Foles came in and took the Eagles to a championship. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Um, yeah, there was a 100 chain reaction car crash. I can't remember where, but I hover. Ugh. I do like college football. Yes, I follow college football quite a bit, extensively. Yes. Valea's mom, my sister's a nurse, and um, Patrick, Stacy, he has been let out. As far as I know, he has bonded out. He did put a picture up about 30 minutes ago of his dog laying on the couch. Malaya's mom, she is in an office, and they go based off of the school system. When the schools are closed, they're closed, which is a really nice setup uh, for her area, and that's a pretty neat little setup. When the schools are closed, they're closed. Uh, so I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I did not play football. I did not play football in college. Did not. Come from a very athletic family. Ended up breaking my leg in high school, broke my foot in high school, and messed me up there in high school. No, I get you. I get you. Yeah, no, they just check people in and the doctors do their things and everything like that. But it's a good, I like the setup of if the schools are closed, they're closed because then there's no confusion of any kind. It's just as simple as, hey, schools are closed, we're closed. I like that. I think yeah, Elmwood's right. We're going to have to lay low until Tuesday or Wednesday. Yes. Stacy, that's a good question, and I'm sure the judge will ask that question. I'm sure that is a question that won't be that can't be avoided. I think that's something that will have to be asked. Be my guest. Hello, how are you? Let's see here. But no, I did see the kids today. The kids were good for about, I'd say about 20, 25 minutes outside. And then they had to come in. It was getting a little cold on their cheeks and they were wrapped up and everything. Uh, be my guest, I'm sure. Uh, yeah, guys, if you're coming into the chat room and you have not double clicked that screen, double click that screen. Yes, hello everybody coming into chat. Yeah, Joan, they love it. I'm talking, they can have it. The older you get, the more you just don't want to be out in it and messing with it. But kids love it. Ooh, look at that. Oh, Sarah. Sarah pulled her back, guys. Y'all throw some hearts up for Sarah tonight. Give her some prayers. Yep, don't be a bum. Double tap that thumb. That is one of the worst injuries I think you can get, is just for the simple fact of, when you're back, because everything you do is back related. You get up, it hurts. You sit down, it hurts. You go to move, it hurts. Everything is back related. Brutal windshield. Yeah, Malaya's mom, I think we are supposed to get, it's supposed to be down to like -3 in Virginia. What, Monday into Tuesday, I think it is. It's going to be one of the coldest days of the year. Um, I saw a video a dad made his kids think he was doing him a favor by keeping him home. They didn't know yet. Kid cleaned for his dad thinking he was skipping. Hey, whatever you can do. Peter said, I've had 4 back surgeries. Peter, I feel for you, buddy. I do. Praying for you. Mary, what did Eric put up? Was it anything? Is it dealing with the snow or is it actually dealing with the situation going on? You can see it better than I can right now. Rozzy, the older we get, in your mind, you think to yourself, you're still 20 years old and you're like, I got this. I got this. And when you go to lift something, you're like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Gene, if your heat goes off, I will be surprised. I think a lot of people's heat. Oh, okay. When I get off here, I will take a look at that. Thank you for letting me know of what's going on. Make sure I write that down to where I remember that. Broke my tibia, now have hardware in my leg. It's no fun either. Oh, I'm sure. There are three little tiny bones in your foot. They're called the Liz Frank bones. And a couple years ago, my sister had a swimming pool. And I was getting out of the swimming pool and I was walking through the yard. And somehow I hit a patch of grass that was wet or something. I was away from the pool, but I hit a patch of grass or something. And when I did, the tendon come off my foot and those little bones, I had a break in those little bones. Well, evidently they're paper thin. The tendon ended up going back on the bone like it should. Everything was good there, but they had to do a morphine block on me. And to this day, those three little bones, they still hurt as all get out. And you're like, years later, you would think that would be, uh, but no, they're just a small and, small little bones, titanium in the arm and the foot. Whew. I'm amazed at what they can do these days. My nephew has a cadaver bone in his hand from somebody who passed away. They used one of the bones. Mandy, thank you so much. Mandy Sue for the floating heart. Thank you. I sleep with two microwave heating bags. Are they rice, Northern Grace? Are those the ones that are filled with rice that you heat up in the microwave? Sarah said, I'm in bed now laying on the heating pad. Absolutely. I think Northern Grace is referring to the bags. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. I think it's rice inside of them, I want to say. But you can take them and put them in the microwave and warm them up. And instead of using a heating pad, you use these bags. Oh, it helps, I'm sure. Oh, Mary said he said there's more to the story and it will come out. You have to go read it. Okay. Bones in the foot hurt. I've had surgery on the left foot plus broken horses. Oh, I find heat on my back works pretty well. You can feel it too. Mm. Uncle Ben's. Okay. I'm not sure. I know that I want to say they put rice in it or what is it, flax or something like that. That's like the wheat. But it's stuff where you can heat it up and it keeps heat. Hello, Victoria. How are you? Be my guest said rice or corn. Yeah, it holds heat. That's the good thing there is that, they do it with they hold heat. I've got cadaver tissue in my leg and didn't know until I received a letter in the mail. There you go. Oh, corn holds heat longer and smells like popcorn. Well, that's just going to make you want to get up and go get popcorn. So what, Jean said my bed raises up. Yes. I sleep on a wedge. A lot of people do. I've noticed more and more people are sleeping on the wedges these days. Sleep apnea, it does help. The older I get, the more I want to sleep upward. I don't want to lay flat down or anything. I have to have several pillows under my head. I want to, keeps everything moving pretty good. Sciatic nerve in the left leg. I love to walk. No, I got you. See, I think that's a good question. Why wouldn't it pop when maybe it's coated with something, maybe it's treated with something? I'm not sure. We're gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna write that down. Popcorn. Why won't it pop? I wonder if they coat it with something. Oh, okay. Sarah, put it up. Go ahead and put it up tomorrow. Well, wait a couple days. Oh, I got this one. Thank you. Um, let's see. Let me go back a little bit here. Rusty, we've got prayers for Rusty. Peter said, Sarah, his tree's still up there. Betty, we're all just falling apart. The older you get, I take a towel wet, put it in a bag, tape it up good, and I throw it in the microwave. It lasts for, okay, there you go, guys. Stacy said that's what's going on there. Take a towel, a wet towel, put it in a bag, tape it up good, and throw it in the microwave. It'll last forever. I can go to sleep now. Okay, I can't go to sleep on my back, only on my side, but I'm always wake up and I'm lying on my back. Gotcha. Successful, how are you, sir? Make sure we get you pinned. If you have not liked this page, you need to go to this page. I've got it pinned right there with Successful 843. This is one of the gentlemen that I do my collabs with, and we have an extremely good time working together. And I saw Ron was in a live one night, and I went with Ron, and Ron said that we're all going to have to get together and just hug it out. And but guys, definitely when you get a second and you can head over to his page, and like his page. It is a good page, good quality stuff. I like when these guys come in that everybody knows that collect. It's like Norm on Cheers. When Successful comes in, hey. When Ron comes in, hey. It's like Rusty said, does anybody else have sleeping problems? Can't sleep for 2 or 3 days at a time. It's crazy. Guys, sometimes it's as you get older, it happens. I notice sometimes. Um, I'm usually up about 4:30 in the morning, and I know you're like, well, you're getting older. You got to go to the restroom. No, for some reason, my body just kicks me up about 4:30 every morning. So I'll sit and I'll read. I'll watch the news or do something like that, and maybe take a little nap later on during the day. Um, but that's part of getting old, and I hate to say that. Rozzy said, I've had insomnia my entire life. Yeah, no, but yep, like, share, subscribe. That's the number one rule, guys. Like, share, subscribe. I cannot sleep. I get up, cannot go back to sleep. Lupus hurt. I got you. WMCC, melatonin. A lot of people swear by melatonin. Mason the fisherman. Could be. You never know. Could be. Yeah, the CPAP machine. A lot of my brother wears one of those. Sarah said, it does not work for me. Some people it does, some people it doesn't. I know my brother uses one, it helps him tremendously. Successful said, I have sleep apnea. I sleep okay, but I'm always tired. Yeah, that's part of the issue there. There's no doubt in my mind I have sleep apnea because when I go to sleep, sometimes setting up, I have that. I wake my own self up with that hard sucking of the breath, where you're like, and it's like I guess you're trying to catch your breath, and so I take melatonin and prescription. I saw the other day where they do a kids version of the melatonin and they do a pet version of the melatonin. And it's like very light doses. Bananas before bed helps them sleep. Okay. I've never heard of that. Bananas before bed. Wonder what that does. Do you hit them with the banana? What do you do? What do you do with them? Do you eat the banana? Do you, if the kids are trying to go to sleep, do you just crack them? No, we don't do that. Sleepy time tea. I have heard so many people say that does not work. Um, Joan said keeps you awake. Sleep stress. Okay. I haven't had sleep stress. I have a bad enough problem. Potassium in the bananas. Okay. Does anybody in this room take melatonin? Is that something that you guys can share with? Stacy said, "That's my husband. He'll stop sleeping. He'll stop breathing." Is I do that, but what I'm setting up though, when if I fall asleep in the recliner or the chair or something, I'll catch myself, doing that number, and you're like, "Oh, what just happened?" And okay, Mikey said, took him a little something. Bananas with cinnamon. Okay. Northern Grace said, eat the banana. Don't hit the kids with the banana. Rusty said, tried melatonin, doesn't do anything. Okay. I'm going to write that down here, Peter, and take a look at that. Yeah, the potassium. Oh, Rusty said, Valium 14 years. They yanked you off. Now you're suffering. Yep. Okay. Roger, we will see what we can do. I promise you. Cadence, thank you. I appreciate you. Northern Grace says, I like natural remedies. Thank you. I appreciate that. We try to be. Magnesium. Okay. Sandra, that's something. Magnesium. Okay. You say 400 milligrams? Always check these things out. Restless leg syndrome. Wow. A lot of people have that. I've never had that issue with restless leg syndrome. But if somebody has an idea, I get melatonin shipped to the UK from America. You can't get it over the counter. It's restricted on. Okay. When you're laying down, it's awful. What's going on with restless leg? Is it just pain in the legs? Share that with us. I'm not familiar with restless leg syndrome. Stacy said long period of time it is good for you. Okay. And let me ask you, castor oil. Ooh, castor oil. That's an old time. Jesus loved you, brother. Yes. You are exactly right. Oh wow. Okay. No pain you to move your legs and you can't quit. Wow. Okay. And there's no pain to it. See, I when I hear something like that, I think to myself, you know how you sit sometimes and your legs will fall asleep? I thought maybe that had something to do with it. But you're just saying that you're constantly fidgeting with your legs. Your legs are constantly moving. Suede, thank you. Jesus loves you as well. Definitely. Jittery legs. Okay. I did not know that. I know the other day I had taken one of the medications the doctors had given me for fluid, and I got a cramp in my leg so bad the other day. Uh, whew, was not good. I've never se I need to I've never seen anybody with restless leg syndrome. I may have, but I'm just not associating one and one together. So that's I need to take a look at that. Using a sock on your feet for restless legs, I hear that it works. Okay. Okay, Miss Mary, let's see what that is. Restless legs, you cannot get comfortable, legs ache, they move, them, electric blanket, Epsom salt. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do yoga, try to gotcha. Tammy said, try black seed oil. Now, is that for restless leg or is that for sleeping? Tammy, what is that for? James says, my wife has restless leg. A weighted blanket. Okay, weighted blanket could help. That makes a lot of sense there. Okay, restless leg, black seed oil. Okay. See, some of this stuff, guys, and that's the thing, is that my son has restless leg syndrome. There are a lot of older people out there in the world that they have a lot of these home remedies and things like that that you don't think about. And I'll share a story with you. As a kid, I was helping clean a gentleman's yard out, and he was in his 80s or 90s, and I ended up with poison oak. Well, you know, I had gotten poison oak on my feet and around my ankles and stuff where my socks were. And I said to him, it was bad. And he told me, he said, hey, do me a favor. And I said, what's that? He goes, run out to my barn, and there's a box sitting on the shelf, and grab it's called cycloxylic acid. And he goes, grab that. And I said, okay. So he gives it to me and he goes, mix it with alcohol. I said, all right. So I mix it with alcohol. And he said, take a cotton balls, and wherever you have the poison oak on your foot, rub it on there. And I said, well, you know, what's this going to do? And he goes, trust me. It hurt like the dickens. I'm talking, it was painful because it was burning my foot. Guys, I could today, I could walk through 17 acres of poison oak and poison ivy, and I can't get it. I can't get it on my feet. It is just something that it ate the top layer of my skin off. It was an old remedy. I don't know. He told me that he bought it at one of these little general stores, and whew, restless leg syndrome, detoxing from opioids. Don't wish it on anybody. Okay. Joan, that was the thing. I had never seen anything like this. And we in Roanoke here, we used to have a store called Garland's. And Garland's had this little pharmacy in there, and they would always cater to the older people. And you could go into that pharmacy and um, get those prescriptions and things like that, or those remedies. But a lot of this stuff you just can't find anymore. Powwow says Ohio up here, 2 feet of snow. Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. I did not see Eric's long post. We were on the air doing this here, and I have been informed of it, but I have not seen it. So once I'm off, I will take a look at that. Yeah, evidently, Stacy, it was kind of the same effect. It was that alcohol mixed with that powder, and it literally ate the top layer off of. Oh, it was. Whew. Uh-oh, singing it. Sarah says, singing along with the songs. You know, I am one that if I cannot sleep, I listen to podcast. I like I like that white noise of talking. Um, I like a TV on or something like that. I'm one that has to have the background noise. Drink Gatorade water can be dehydrated. Okay. 11 months until Christmas. Yes. Some of the people are coming in here tonight going, why does he have his Santa hat on? I had a viewer, a subscriber say, hey, what's going on? Can you at least put the hat on? It's so cold and snowing. Can you put the hat on? And I said, I'll do it. I do. I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to all these guys. And I'll tell you one that I really like, and is Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his wife. I've really grown to like that podcast. That has turned into a pretty good podcast. Oh, it's crazy. That snow coming in Powwow, it's crazy. Um, there's a cream my lupus doctor prescribed one time, Motrin. Okay, that's it. I can wear the hat year round. We're good with that. That mess in Minnesota just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know what's going to happen there in Minnesota, but somebody needs to figure it out. Uh, People shouldn't be dying over this mess and things like this. And um, we need to figure it out. We really do. A lot of people have the boxes that have the, what is it, rainforest and the rivers and the little sound boxes that you've got things running through and things like that. So yeah, they that white noise in behind you. A lot of people like that. Yeah, Rozzy, it needs to stop. It really does. When people are dying, that becomes I don't mind the protesting. I don't mind the things like that. That's your God given right to do that. If you want to protest against something, protest against it. But when people start dying over this stuff, and when people are being yanked out of their vehicles, and when people are being, something has to be done. That's not what we're about in this country, and we're better than that. We're way better than that. Thunderstorms, yes. Yeah, Rozzy, just that's the thing, guys. Look, that is your God-given right. If you want to go out there and you want to protest and you want to do it peacefully and just and not hurt anybody and just share your beliefs with someone and talk with people and but when you're pulling people out of cars and when people are running people over and when people are being shot and come on, the raindrops, yes. Yeah, no, I like any background noises. Like I said, I'll put the TV on at night, and there was a protest in Appleton, Wisconsin. Have not heard anything happening though. Okay, Powwow's right. Don't intervene with what they're doing. Stay away from them. See, that's where a lot of the issues run in. Is that uh, people try to get involved when they shouldn't get involved, and a lot of times you watch some of these situations go down. These situations can easily be taken care of in a matter of a couple minutes. Do you have this? Do you have this? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's when others start coming into into the mix. Relax. Relax. It's like a traffic stop. If somebody comes over to you and asks for a document, just give them the document. Just give them your license. Go on about your business. But then you get people that sit there and they try to do things that they shouldn't be doing. They try to fight with, people, and they try to come on. Come on. Stephanie, they are out. They are upstairs asleep. Peaceful, not provoking. Absolutely. Peaceful, not provoking. Mikey said, I've tried the fan. I like the fan. I have no issue there with running the fan for a while. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Rubber legs. I like the weighted blanket. Somebody made it. I think it was Malaya's mom said the weighted blanket. That's a pretty good suggestion. You would think that would kind of cup your legs and get them to where you can't move them. Good, Elizabeth. I'm glad you're okay tonight. Yeah, but I like that. That makes a lot of sense to me. If you're coming into the room and you are new into the room, double tap that screen. Let's get some likes up. 50 people in the room right now, 59 likes. I love the fan, but with sub-zero outside, I can't wait till warm temperatures. Absolutely. Okay. Groundhog Day soon. Let me tell you, James, I am amazed um, at how quick daylight savings time is getting ready to roll in. I think we've only got like what a month, maybe 2 months of daylight saving times left. It feels like we're rolling through this right now. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It's always that's I don't know how you would find that out. Yeah, I don't know how you could find that out if that was. Yeah, Ohio is shut down. A lot of these places are shut down. Northern Grace, I was working the other night and I looked out the window. It was probably 5 minutes after 6, and we were still seeing sunlight. It was it was getting dark, but the sun was still out there. We bought over the counter generic equivalent, same cheaper. Okay, absolutely. Look at you guys. You guys are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to these things going on. Absolutely. Wow. It's bad up there, guys. It is bad up there, and a lot of prayers uh, for that area, definitely. All right, guys, we've been right here at an hour. Got some at Costco today. Okay. Heard tree could explode in these chimps. I'm seeing the videos of those. If you have not seen that, please go and look. Yes, some of these trees are exploding in these temperatures. Pow wow, we were supposed to get the weather like you guys were getting, and Ohio shut down and things like that. But right now, we're getting more sleet and ice than anything, and we've probably got about 3.5 inches of snow on the ground. So will probably knock us out for a couple of days just for the simple fact of trying to get out of neighborhoods. You can't do it, but that's what's going on. All right, guys, y'all have a great night. I'm going to hop off here for the night. Pray for everybody in this room tonight, guys. You guys are truly a blessing. I love each and every one of you. Pray for the people in Minneapolis. Pray for the people all over this world. Let them know that there are good people still in this world that loves them. Guys, take care of yourself. Pray for the Whitakers. I love you. God loves you. We will be back Tuesday. Guys, hope everything goes all right for you. I'll keep praying for you. Y'all have a great night. I'll see you Tuesday. Bye now.